So what are the continued impacts of the BP spill in 2015, Acy?
Well, we're still having issues on our shrimp. You know, our shrimp is about a third less than what it was before. We normally catch around 100 million. You know, we're down about a third of that now. You know, last year we had good prices. This year we're not going to have the prices. So this year we're really going to see what's really going to happen to us and how far we're going to go down. This is going to be a very, very hard year to try to make it. You know, imports is up. Our price shrimp are down. So I don't look for nothing too big this year. You know, we don't know how long it's going to affect us. We don't know what's going to happen 4 or 5 years down the road like it's getting to be now. What is going to happen 8, 10 years down the road? Is there going to be something for us to hold them accountable for it? No, there's no way. Once they get the settlement, it's over. So it's not going to be no recourse when this is over with. Once they do the settlement, BP's going to walk away from here scot-free. It's going to be over with. They might have paid a lot now, but it didn't go to the right places. You know, it didn't go to the people that really was affected. It just went all over the place. Yeah, they spent billions of dollars, but it didn't come here. Just from the board of Louisiana Shrimp, we done had, the last 5, 6 years, we done had probably 4 of them. 3 of them for sure, 4. That done passed, you know, with cancer. Not saying that's from the spill, you know, this is a high rate of cancer anyway when you get down here. You know, we got the end of the river here, everything comes down the river.
Have you had any negative health impacts?
I have rashes and things of that nature. I still get them. I still got bumps that come out, but that's about as far as I go. You know, I don't feel no effects as far as my lungs and my respiratory system and nothing like that. But yes, rashes, that's common, you know.
Do you know for whether or not your boats were sprayed out there?
No, we really wasn't. My boats wasn't sprayed. I know for sure we wasn't sprayed. Now, you don't have to be sprayed to be impacted by what was in the water. That's the issue. You know, and I kept hollering for respirators for all these guys in case they needed it. And BP wouldn't even give it to us. So by being sprayed, you got to watch what you say there. And no, we didn't get sprayed. We definitely picked it all up. That was definitely what, it was full of correction. We know that already. You know, there's no doubt they sprayed in the Gulf. Would come in with all. So we definitely got in contact with it at times, for sure. I've been saying, I say it still, you know, the worst thing they did was when they sprayed. You know, it's a natural thing around here. You know, we have all over. You know, we got seepage out the ground in places. All is natural, but it's not natural when you start putting correction in it. Then you start changing the whole dynamic of it. So when you do that, now, when you sink it, you're hiding it. That's all you're doing. If we're gonna have anything to change, just don't spray it. Leave it on top. Let us see where it's at. Let us attack it where it's at, and not have to worry about the shit that's in it. If we're gonna attack it the right way instead of sinking it, you know, BP might have paid a little bit more, but it'd been a hell of a lot more work because then it wasn't coming in on like a bunch of ghosts. You know, it come around all our coast and we don't even know it. When you see all in all, they move all the boats away, and then that night they come spray the shit, and then they bring all the boats back, and it would be no more all. Now where did all this all go? It didn't just disappear. They didn't capture it. Where did it go? We all know where it went. It went on the bottom.
So would you say that, I mean, because the Coast Guard certainly said they didn't spray at night. Do you think BP was paying subcontractors to spray at night?
Man, let me tell you something. That's bullshit. They can say what they want. Bacteria Bay was back and forth, steady spraying all down here, steady spraying. Every time they found all that come in and they sprayed it that night when they moved the boats away. So that's bullshit. When they come say something like that, you know, they can talk to people that don't know, that don't realize what happened. But come talk to us and I'm gonna tell you, they sprayed at night. There's no two ways about it. And they sprayed when they supposed to stop and they still sprayed. Coast Guard lied to us, asked them how we can get it stopped, stop spraying. Well, your governor can do it. All right, I met with the governor. He had no control over 3 miles out. After 3 miles is federal water. He has no control over that. So to be sitting here lying to the people and lying to me and the rest of us that we can have it stopped at any time is bullshit. You know, we care, we live here. This is my home. I was born and raised here. I care about everybody and everything in this area.
Tell me about fighting to try to get them boys respirators out there.
Well, we met with OSHA. I spoke to them a few times. They come down. We wanted respirators on the boats. We definitely want them on the boats. Even if I didn't use it or they didn't use it, they had the opportunity to grab it. If they think they was in danger, they could have grabbed it and put it on. It's up to their discretion if they want to put it on there. We just want to have it on the boat so everybody had one. That way if something come up and I was scared of my life, or scared to touch something, or scared to breathe something, I would have it in my possession. That way I could kind of get that out my way and not have to worry about it. But that didn't lead up to nothing because they didn't want to, and I said, they didn't want to do that because they accept the responsibility that if somebody gets sick, then it's on their ass. And they wouldn't go for that. I got a good friend of mine that's a good fisherman. He's got a boy and a girl and his wife. Got a house up the road. They didn't get hired on BP. They Feinberg come in here and throw that $25,000 around like this was going to be the end of things, and if you don't take this, you're not going to get anything. A lot of people fell for that, which is wrong. You know, he got hurt just as much as I did. Now, after everything's said and done, he didn't work for BP. He didn't get no settlement money. He got a $25,000, which was enough just to get him through the time that he wasn't working during the spill. And now, he done lost his home. He lost his home. Living in a friend of mine's trailer, just trying to live and try to work through this. What is he gonna do? He done lost everything he freaking had. They come in here and made the $25,000 say like it was gonna be the end of it. This was it. If you don't take this, then you're not gonna get anything, which wasn't the case. They lied. They said their goals and they met them. You know, they got rid of half of the people on a lawsuit, then they did their job. Feinberg did his job. That's what he was there for. He was here to take you out, and that's what they done. That poor man sitting now, he don't have anything. He has his boat, and that's it. He's living at a man's trailer. He's got a little possession. See, he had a little land in Mississippi he had to sell at. So, people like that really hurt him.
How can justice be served 5 years later?
Well, for a man like I just spoke about, justice can be served by opening it back up and letting him get in this instead of leaving him out. You know, there's a lot of them that took the $25,000, which we fought hard to get him something. Something, it don't matter. Something, some kind of relief. People like that's gonna suffer for a long time. And how do we change it? How do we make it better for it not happen again? I really don't know. I really can't tell you an answer on that one. I can tell you one thing, that we tried to tell them in the beginning how to do it right, and they didn't listen. You know, right now we have a certification in the state for fishermen. Go back and look at the certification. If he's a certified fisherman, hire him.
And how do you think the restoration money should be used?
Well, the restoration is probably going to take a lot longer than 5 years, I can tell you that. It's not going to be cleaned up and gone in 5, 6 years. You know, this is going to take time. All just don't disappear. You pour oil on the ground, it stays there for years. Everything happens in that water where it just don't dissipate and settle into the mud and all that, it just moves around. So it may be 10, 15 years with all coming back and impacting our shore. We don't know. Nobody knows. They can't tell us.
5 years later, are you still seeing the oil come up off the bottom in your prop wash and stuff?
Yeah, we got areas that you run around, you stir the bottom up and the oil comes up. We do have some areas still like that. And we still have some areas that pops up when it gets hot. Not 3 weeks ago, I'm running the Gulf fishing shorts. But I run across a big old spot of oil. If I say it's BP's oil, they say it's not gonna be. So it's old oil. You can tell it was that peanut butter shit that we had to start with. It looks like it. It's just older. It's just like hairy long. You grab it, you move around, and it's all. There's no doubt about it. It's all. It's definitely oil. Is it BP's oil? I say yes, but they're gonna say no, like you did at the beginning. You know, we brought them to the spot where you knew it was BP's oil, and they said no. So. Are you gonna be accountable for that? Hell no, they're not coming in here and doing any more. This is it. They just about walked out of here.
If you had a young child today, would you encourage him to become a fisherman or something else?
Well, I'm gonna tell you, you can encourage them all you want. Once they get a taste of this life, they don't go anywhere. No, I got some good, smart kids and can go to college. They don't want that. They want to go fishing. That's just the way it is. Once you come into here, you grow up in it, in the industry, and you can make a good living. You just have to work hard, you know. If you don't work hard, you don't make no money. You can't make your living. It's all about future generations and what we can have for them, and working hard to try to make it through our life. It's just what it is.
To do this.
Well, this is going to be a year that's going to tell the tale. You know, like I'm telling you about the boy earlier that lost everything he's got. Well, it's fixing to get worse. If he can't make any money now, try to get back on his feet and get him a home instead of renting. This year he has got to tell the tale where we stand at. The price is going to be so low that we're not going to be able to make it. You know, one good thing that all is down and the price of fuel is going to be a little bit down, but then the community suffers too when all is down like this because they, you know, we are fishing community and all industry community. That's what we do, all in fish. That's all you're going to find down here.
Do you think justice was served 5 years later, and do you think it can even be served?
No, justice has never been served, and it's not going to be served. They didn't do it right. They made a settlement without asking us. They should have had something for us to fall back on, because we told them at the beginning, you know, what happened in Alaska. We know 5 years down the road that's when the problem's going to start occurring. We got to hold them accountable. We have to have something to fall back on in case it didn't work, in case the shrimp didn't come back or the seafood really took a drop in numbers in the way we really couldn't make a living. You know, we needed something in there to protect us on that issue, and it hasn't been. It ain't been put in there, and it's not going to be. So once BP pays us a little bit of money, it's $2.3 billion for the industry. It's your fishermen, I'm going to tell you. As far as the shrimpers, the fin fish, the crabbers, they didn't get paid right. They said they're going to pay you 8.2 year factor. By the time, look, you make $150,000, $200,000 a year. They pay you $200,000 and say that's a settlement. That's not even 1 year. What happened to the 8.2 year factor? If I make $150,000 a year, times 8, that's over $1 million. Come on now. You can give me $240,000 and tell me that's my pay for 8 years? That's bullshit. Straight up bullshit.
What about the health issues? Do you think we have a chance to take care of some of these people that were in those areas that got respiratory and rashes at least the small stuff?
They're not going to get much. Even the sickest party, you might get $4,000 or $5,000. They keep hollering, you can get $60,000 or $50,000, and ain't that no man's life. Come on now. No, they're not going to get nothing out of it. The most people are going to get probably $1,000, maybe a little more. They said it's not going to be a lot, so I don't look for much.
The term "made whole," we're hearing, you know, we heard that in the early stage. We're going to make these people whole. What is that possible?
They call us little people. They give us a little bit and think we're satisfied. To make me whole, they can't make me whole. They done did the damage. They done did it. You know, me personally, I probably got a lot of these gray hairs because of what just happened. Ain't no way it made me whole. Not for what I went through and what we all went through. We went through a lot of bullshit. To give us just a little bit and say this is enough and you go on about your business and live your life, they never make us whole.